The Riley County Law Board approved a budget for publication Monday. After initially presenting last month a budget of $28.9 million, showing an increase of 6.6%, RCPD was told to reduce some of those asks and presented three other options Monday, totaling anywhere between 5 and 6%. The Law Board ultimately selected option number 2, which shows a 5.88% increase, about $28.5 million in the overall budget authority. The total amount of dollar increase would be about $1.8 million. Debate Monday centered around funding for school resource officers, with board member Caleb James arguing that SROs are important, but says additional funding for them would lead to higher taxes.
We're already facing attrition rates that we may not even be able to provide the SRO. Then I would rather drop the SRO in the budget too. That's something you were cutting. Retain the COPS grant, since that's an initiative to increase your staffing, and that would make more sense to me.
Board member and County Attorney Barry Wilkerson disagreed, though, saying SROs are important to curb things like sex offenders and other criminal activity.
SROs, they are important positions because those are people that kids see every day. That's the police officer that they can trust. And so I would not want to see us reduce SROs in the schools too often.
The board voted 4-2 to publish budget option number 2. Wilkerson and Patricia Hudgens voted against it. The Law Board will come back June 17th to consider finalizing its budget. In what the Riley County EMS director called a rare shift, the county's downtown EMS station recorded more emergency calls last month than the county's main station at 2011 Claflin Road. David Adams told Riley County Commissioners Monday that April data showed 479 total ambulance calls, mostly for sick people and those who had fallen. Adams says Station 2 at 11th and Points reported 154 calls last month, outpacing the 131 calls into Station 1 on Claflin Road.
That's the first time in the 8 or so years that I've been given this presentation. I think it's only the first or second time I've seen that.
He linked the increase in service calls to Station 2 to a few patients who rely on EMS to help them with daily activities.
We're working with the CCT, the community care team, to get them the help that they need. They've been relying on us to help them. And our staff do a phenomenal job.
The community care team, which Adams oversees, comprises first responders from Riley and surrounding counties who assist patients in the area with things that are not emergencies but still important to their overall health, including checking diabetic patients' blood glucose levels and rearranging furniture in an elderly person's home in order to mitigate the risk of falls. The Manhattan City Commission has a lot on its plate tonight as they consider several important topics. Perhaps the most notable is what happens with the vacant commission seat, which was vacated almost 2 weeks ago upon the resignation of Commissioner Wynn Butler after a DUI crash into a Manhattan business. Commissioners have the option to appoint someone to serve out some or all of Butler's remaining term. They could also opt to hold a special election. The issue is seen as a critical one for the commission, who is tasked with hiring a new city manager this year and weighing a possible ballot initiative also for a sales tax in order to fund Parks and Rec improvements, including a possible new future indoor aquatic center. Interim City Manager Jason Hilders tells K-Man he expects the City Commission to talk about the options and hopefully reach a consensus on how to proceed with the replacement when they meet tonight. Commissioners will consider downtown parking garage fees and Parks and Rec Department funding as part of its regular agenda tonight. The meeting gets underway at 6 in City Hall. A Manhattan man was arrested over the weekend on probable cause charges of child abuse. Brandon Colson, 38, was arrested Saturday around midnight in the 1000 block of Laramie Street. RCPD says the victim in the case was reportedly younger than 6 years old. Colson's total bond was set at $100,000. He is still in jail. RCPD says no further information is currently being released due to the nature of the crime. Colson does have previous convictions for burglary, forgery, and aggravated escape from custody, that according to the Kansas Department of Corrections. A Conway Springs man was arrested over the weekend in Riley County on a host of drug-related offenses. RCPD says 26-year-old Trevor Smith is charged on a Riley County District Court warrant alleging 8 counts of sale and distribution of a controlled substance. Bond was set at $8,000, and as of Monday, he was still in the Riley County Jail. Memorial Day weekend is the unofficial kickoff to summer, and that means summer swimming at the Manhattan pools. Recreation Specialist for Aquatics, Sydney Baker.
We are planning to open on Saturday, May 25th. You never know what the weather's going to do, but we have all 3 set and ready to go, and we're training staff right now.
The Seco and Northview water parks will be open 1 to 6 Monday through Friday, 1 to 7 on Saturday and Sunday, with the City Park Water Park open daily from 1 until 8. The K-State College of Agriculture recently announced that Joseph Awika has accepted both the position of department head for grain science and also the director of the International Grains Program Institute. Awika is an internationally renowned food scientist who will also serve as director of the Food Science Institute beginning August 18th. Awika joins K-State after previously serving at Texas A&M University as the department head of that university's Department of Food Science and Technology. And Missouri lawmakers will have to pay out of their own pockets if they lose defamation cases for falsely accusing a man of being one of the Kansas City Chiefs parade shooters and an immigrant in the country illegally. Republican Governor Mike Parson on Monday told his administration not to pay any potential damages awarded in the lawsuit, but Missouri's Attorney General will continue to represent the lawmakers. Denton Loudermill Jr. last month filed nearly identical federal lawsuits against 3 Republican Missouri state senators. The complaints say Loudermill suffered, quote, humiliation, embarrassment, insult, and inconvenience over the highly offensive posts.
Good morning, I'm Mitch Fortner with sports. A day after K-State baseball lands 9 and KU lands 8 players on the all Big 12 teams, the Cats and Jayhawks set to play each other this morning in the very first game of the first round of the Big 12 tournament in Arlington, Texas. In the regular season series, K-State took 2 out of 3 at Twitton Family Stadium. First pitch this morning is at 9 a.m. K-State will send lefty Owen Bowman to the hill, and for the Jayhawks, righty Peyton Gubler. Next season, K-State baseball has been added to the field for the 2025 College Baseball Series, benefiting Shriners Children's. The Cats replace Georgia in the Week 2 lineup, joining Arkansas, TCU, and Michigan. That'll be this February at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Michael Massey and Salvador Perez homered as the Kansas City Royals beat the Detroit Tigers 8-3 on Monday night for their 4th straight win. Michael Wacha, who's now 4-4, allowed 2 runs and 6 hits in 7 innings, while walking 1 and striking out 3 to win his 3rd straight game. The Royals are now 30-19, still a game and a half back in the AL Central. Game 2 of 3 against the Tigers tonight, with first pitch at 6:40. And according to ESPN, Rashee Rice is with the Kansas City Chiefs and participating as they begin full squad offseason practices. Rice was also a participant in an early portion of the Chiefs' offseason program when meetings were being held virtually. Rice was arrested this spring in Dallas and charged with 2 felonies and 6 misdemeanors for his involvement in a 6-car crash on a freeway. Rice is also a suspect in an alleged assault that injured a man at a Dallas nightclub earlier this month. I'm Mitch Fortner with sports.